So we got the 500 millimeter warbird here, and these prop savers compared to the 400 millimeters are definitely robust. Very hard to take off, and I hate the fact that I can't put it in the box with the prop on. I might actually modify the box if I can, but I think the little radio it comes with is in the way of this maneuver. But anywho, I might end up cutting that to get this thing in and not have to remove the prop saver, because what I have noticed, sorry about that extra noise, I was trying to get this thing out of there. What I have noticed is that the prop savers get worn out from on and off movements. So I went to thinking, a couple of people have noted problems with getting the actual prop savers, or the back portion of the prop. And if you look, so the first thing came to mind was, well, that shaft probably be similar size. So I looked at this compared to this. This is a 400 millimeter warbird, and you can see what's going on is it's reversed compared to what's on the 500. The 500 has the grabbing section of it on the prop, and this one has the grabbing section on the bird. So like it's reversed, and it's a different diameter. There's nothing you could do to put one of these other props on there. All right, so having said that, this does come with one extra, and I haven't flown mine a lot, you know, so some of you guys are having trouble with it, but I don't want to mess up this yellow part of my bird. So if I'm gonna abort the mission and just forget about this. Oh, it came right off. Now I will say that these that are on the 400 millimeter birds are quite hard to get off. That wasn't that hard to get off. So now we have this base, which is kind of actually identical to the 500, just a smaller diameter. But I'm going to see if this fits on his shaft. Oh boy, it went right on in there. I don't know how well it's going to hold though, especially under pressure. You might need to glue it or something if this is your alternative. No, it's pretty good. It's on there. So then I'm going to take this, and that went right on. So it pops right off, of course, because these definitely pop off easier. So that might be an issue because the higher torque of this. I don't know, man. These things don't feel like they have much torque at all to me. So let's see. All right, get my radio here. All right. All right, it goes both ways. I'm gonna go ahead and get it away from me. That seems to be pulling pretty good, folks. So I'm gonna try this at the field, and if this is a viable option. I also have I probably have a 4-blade really, but if you look, the 3-blade is this 4-blade, this 2-blade is actually a little bit bigger than the blades on the 4-blade, so I probably think this will give us more power. This is actually more comparable. This is like identical in size to that, but you can see the 3-blade is definitely smaller, the same size as this, smaller. So also, next step, the next thing will be these blades have some flex to them, right? Now, I would say compared to these 3 blades, these ones are a little bit stiffer. So I'm fairly confident I can take this off, and let me get this stopped. Get this foot to sleep. Spectrum. I'm going to pop this off. And I think what you could do is just take the stiff blades on these, which are available for purchase. So if you've broken these, I have seen these. They have a part number for these on there. So let me just see what's going on with that. Just going to take this screw out. I got an appropriate size screwdriver. Took that off. So then we're down to this. And it might have a slot in it to keep it from spinning, and it does not. It's round, fits pretty tight. So the screw's still in there. I'm gonna set that to the side, and I'm going to take apart one of these. Once I get that screw out of there, I'm going to push this back. Now, I don't know if this diameter is going to be correct, but I'm going to take this and put on. It went right on in, folks. Now my spinner isn't going to fit, obviously, but I probably could find a spinner that has 4 on it. Outside of that, I could just screw that down and that should fit. So let me figure out a spinner. The answer is right in front of you. I could use this spinner, maybe. Let's see. That spinner convincingly went on there quite tightly. Yeah, and there's no movement of the prop. I'm gonna put this on here now, and that actually that looks the part. Let's wake this up. All right, she's ready to go. So, on the bench, this works. And you kind of see the whole procedure I just went through. These props are definitely available. But see how easy that comes off? That's going to be the fault, is that they're pretty tough on there with the other hub. Whereas with this hub, these are made to pop off pretty easy. Yeah, but it is not popping off when I'm full throttle. So this actually might even be a useful one. I'm going to switch this out and see if I can get a little more holding power with another one. So I've grabbed another one out of my grab bag. When we were flying a lot of warbirds, I kept a few of these in stock because, you know, you're always having follies with the 400 millimeter warbirds. All right, get this. Is that any better? Nope, not much better. But I would like to get this center pin to stick out just a bit, because that goes in there and gives you a more, like, it doesn't happen on the larger hub, but on these it does. So I'm gonna see if I can't get this pushed down a little bit. So I don't have it out of there much, but as you can see, I do have it coming out a bit. Let's see if that helps lock this in a little bit better. Oh yeah, it was knocking straight off of there before. It still kind of knocks off easy, but let me do one more. And of course, I'm gonna do this in flight, and I would suggest, if you're gonna fly it like this, as a walk between, this is a good walk between, I think, because these are readily available, and all of the regular stuff for the other props are readily available. I would put a dab of hot glue right there, glue that on, boom, 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 you're done. It's still going to come off if you need to with hot glue, but it'll give you a more stability than this. And look, I'm hitting it now, and it ain't even coming off. So let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to fly it without the hot glue, though, just so we can kind of get an idea and try to stay close, just in case it comes popping off in flight. All right, got the radio fired up, got this going. I usually find forward and back movement, if a prop is not on tight, will dislodge it, and it's not. But it'll pop off when you hit the ground, of course. So yeah, that's it for this. I'll try this at the field when I can get out there, and then see if this works, and then this will be posted for you guys as an alternative to the problem, which is buying these larger style hubs that only come on the 500 millimeter. So see you in a minute. All right, I'm out at the field. I got the P51. And I got that smaller hub installed like I showed on the video originally. So, and at first I was able to just tap it. Now that I pushed it back far enough where the metal peg comes in the center, it's a little bit harder. And I feel like if I committed to it and push it even farther, because there's a lot of deep area right there where that peg could go, that would make it fit even better by that peg going deeper into that hole. So got my radio fired up. All right, I got the aircraft fired up. check my safe mode. Yep, it works. It's off. All right, so I got everything I need. Do I have power? No power. Turn this on. All right, that's a method that I've been using for a good while now, because the 400mm Warbirds, the hubs kind of tend to get a little bit loose, and if you do that, you'll find out that it's going to pop off, because you don't want to do it in flight. It'll get like 200 feet high and then fly off of there, and you'll be so aggravated, which I'm thinking might happen now. So I'm going to stay close as I can. So, all right, it's working. So, I would feel like, yeah, it's super sunny over there. I'm gonna try to stay away from that area. Yep, I'm doing a bunch of maneuvers, probably putting some G's on it. Oh, the rudder is crazy on this thing, especially with a little bit of expo. It's so smooth. I love this on a good radio. Yeah, I think it's whew, boy, that sucker cuts up when you're really kicking some rudder there. So I am getting blinded by the sun. I need to remedy that situation, which is this time of the day at our field is always a problem. I don't know why I even try. And I don't know that you'll be able to see the aircraft, or if it even matters that you see the aircraft. The bottom line is it works. So I'm gonna stop this video, fly it a little bit, come back at the end when I land it, hopefully. Yeah, it is handling the power of this aircraft with that hub just fine. I don't think it's even gonna need to be glued on, but I would say a dab of hot glue if you're not feeling comfortable with it, or it pops, because you know sometimes they pop off anyway on the regular 400. So you know this is more power. Obviously this will want to pop off more, especially when they're getting a little old and a few crashes they get a little loose. Man, I hope I'm getting any of this, because I can't see the screen very well fighting the fireball, because if it's not right in your face, then it's definitely going to be glaring in your screen.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
And of course I'll try to catch the landing, which will probably be unsuccessful because I can't see where I'm at. But it'll pop off like advertised, because it, you know, pretty much pops off easy anyway, easier than the Black Hawk. That's one thing that I was very impressed with when I opened this box, though, was the way that Black Hub holds the prop much tighter than the white ones. And I figured, yep, and it popped off. I figured that would be much better, but I didn't realize there'd be a problem. So, all right, guys, this is a suitable solution, I would say. This is the stock battery. This is the stock everything. Of course, not the stock radio. It flies around. It does everything it needs to do. Powered up, power down, all kinds of situations for power-wise that would cause this prop to fly off if it would. So this will be a good cross between if you can't get the real part. But know that I have contacted them. They asked me to send pictures of the parts, which is odd because it's their equipment. Their equipment, and they don't know the parts. But anyway, they asked me to send them the picture of the box, the model, the parts that's needed. So I might have an answer for you guys on that. But until then, this will be a good cross between. And to be honest with you, once you take that prop off that prop adapter, you could use other props. So like if you wanted to just use a Gem Fan or other brand, you could, and it would work. And so this prop is bigger, like I covered when we were putting this together, than the prop that comes on it. So I'm curious if the performance might be a little bit better. I still got a little battery left. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little quick hop with it before I'm dead, and see if you could actually just use the regular 400mm Warbird 2-blade prop. Well, really they have the 2, the 3, and the 4s that come with those 400s. So if those all work, then you don't really need to do much else outside of just getting that hub on there. Yep, and it's flying with it just fine. I don't know if I see a performance difference. Whoa, when I tried to kick it up a notch, of course I lost my prop. So didn't have any trouble with the other props. Well, with the prop that, you know, it came with, but I feel like, I suspect that the two-blade prop is gonna have more power. So that's what we experienced. When I kicked that thing up to full power, yeah, it spit that prop off of there. I don't even know where it went, to be honest with you. I was still trying to get a decent landing at that point. So I'll look for the red tip on it, but I'm gonna try another flight with the other prop and see if I experience any kind of issues. But you know, this will be good for you guys to know. So if you are gonna use the two blades, I think the performance seemed like it was a little bit better, to be honest with you. It did seem, it's a little bit bigger, so it was probably giving this bird a little bit more oomph. I don't know about the speed control, I don't know about all that stuff, but the only issue was that it spit it. So if you're gonna use a two blade, I would say use some hot glue, which is not permanent, no true commitments there. The hot glue will keep it from coming off easy, and then you're probably good. But I'm gonna do another couple of flights of that regular prop and then see if that gives us love. If so, I'll report back. On second thoughts, when I put that two blade on, I probably should have did my little full power test and see if that would have held, but I didn't, so just went into flying. And yeah, at full throttle with this four-bladed prop that it comes with, the one for this aircraft, on the hub for the 400 milli water birds, it works fine. Full throttle, no problem. If you're a person who's kind of worrying about it, though, you might want to put the dab of hot glue. Can't hurt anything. Making some noise. I don't know if that was the wind, but seems to be flying fine. But this is that same battery, so I'm probably not gonna go too far. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, this thing is fun. Now that I'm flying it with the four blade, sorry. Oddly enough, the small difference of diameter in that two blade, I think, made this aircraft way faster. Because like right now, I am not getting that kind of speed. That's full speed. That two blade did give it a little bit more. I don't know what the pitch is on those. I guess I could look for that small writing on those props and report back to you guys if anybody's interested. But there is better performance with the two blade, which is usually a thing. People tend to go to the two blades for performance. But anyway, and the cheapness. Yep, this is definitely a viable option. This is like at least 4 minutes of flight at this point with just this prop, and zero issues with it coming off because of the less pressure, I guess, by the, you know, less thrust. So when you hit the ground, it will come off as advertised. So I hope this helps. This is Pooley giving you another thing that you could use to fly your P51 500. If your prop adapter is broken, lost, or missing, yes sir, you can definitely overcome that with this method. So I'm happy to report back after 3 flights. I didn't try the two blade again. I think, you know, the whole thing is to see if we can get this up and going, and I'm fairly confident if you're interested in the power you get with a two blade, I think it's more. You could go ahead and investigate that, and like I said, the only thing is it spit it, and you'd have to probably put a dab of glue on it. But with the stock prop, the amount of thrust that you're getting with the stock prop on this little hub for the 400 millimeters is working. I do report success. So that's 3 full flights of it, and it's good. So you can use this very cheap option, because these little hubs that you get I think they're like $3, and you know, the props, let's see what the props cost. $3.99, and I think that might have been for 2 or something. I don't know. Either way, fairly inexpensive to get you back and running. But I will report back once I find out what the company themselves say, you know, EX Hobby, what they say about the hubs. So, Pooley, thanks for watching.